I have a few favorite game series, and probably the winner among them is the Legend of Zelda series. And one of the reasons is though a lot of games attempt to recreate the Zelda formula in one way or another, there's a magic that I'm sure can be attributed to Zelda creator Shigeru Miyamoto or longtime Zelda producer Eiji Aonuma, but whatever it is, I've never seen it duplicated, and I've played countless Zelda-like games. I bring this up because this is how Tunic was presented to me, as a Zelda-like indie game with Souls-like mechanics, to which I say, eh. This, however, doesn't mean Tunic was bad by any means. I'm just saying get off Shiggy and FromSoft and enjoy the game for what it is, you know? But clearly this game was heavily inspired by Zelda, but let me tell you about it real quick, alright? So, Tunic is a lot of stuff in a simple but great looking package. It's an adventure game with heavy emphasis on combat and puzzle solving. And when I say puzzle solving, this game takes it to the next level by not having very many real words in its signage or even the instruction manual, which you have to find page by page in no particular order to even try to make out what's what. And if that sounds unappealing, trust me, it's actually really cool and unique, and one of my favorite things about the game. You play as a cute little fox dude who dons a green tunic, much like a well-known hero of legend. You start out with no tools, weapons, or items of any kind or backstory. You're just thrust into the world and you start figuring it out. Eventually you find a weapon and a shield and some magical items, and the more your arsenal grows, the more formidable you become, and the more areas you can access and foes you can take on, and as you progress, the more the overarching narrative makes sense. And I know that kind of describes every single player game ever, but it's really well thought out and executed. The setting of the game is very diorama-like. The foliage and background pieces are identical, simple, and perfectly symmetrical, with most being interactable parts of the environment. It has a cozy feel with synth and lo-fi-esque sounds and cute rounded chibi-like characters, but its gameplay is much different, and I think more involved and maybe even difficult than most games in that category. But this may be the perfect game to help you expand your horizons a bit if that's your niche and you want to dip your toe into some other stuff. I really enjoyed this game a ton. I even decided to stream it on Twitch after months of being burnt out, and it was really fun to see my friends' takes and reactions to the game. I'd recommend this game to anyone, with the only warning being it's more difficult than it appears at times, so just be aware of that. And just as a side note also, I played it on the Switch, but I had a chance to check out the Series X version, and it really made the Switch version look weak. It pointed out some of the shortcomings like the 30 FPS gameplay and occasional stutters, and also visual stuff like this radial blur that occurs on the Switch, which I'm guessing is to help with rendering things on the outer edges of what's on screen. But I mean, if you play on Switch, I'm sure you're used to these kinds of sacrifices, but I would suggest that if you have a more powerful platform to play on, I would get it there. This game is also available physically on Switch and PS4 and comes with all kinds of cool collector goodies, and that's why I got it on Switch. That's all for me. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to help the channel grow. I appreciate you guys all very much. Peace.